Hello everyone, Dan here with the Wealth Instinct. I wanted to share with you my latest blog post. In your business, focus on serving, not selling. But first, if I could ask you to do me a favor and click the bell icon and subscribe to my channel so you get notifications. And I share a lot of content about business, digital marketing, personal development, stuff like that. So what I want to talk about today is this idea of sales being a dirty word and how to look at it instead. We have a tendency, we love to buy things. Like, who doesn't love to buy stuff, right? But we don't want to be sold. We don't want to feel like, we want to feel like we have the power and that we are the ones to make the decision. And I think, at some point for a lot of people, either personally or for people we know, we may have been in a situation where someone was trying to close the sale before we felt ready. And maybe that gave us some aversion to the selling process and took away our power a little bit and made us feel like we weren't really making the choice. And I really struggled with this for a long time, and I didn't understand it until I met really good salespeople, people who were really people of great service and great integrity. And that's what you should focus on, I think, in your business. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. And so you've got to build that relationship. And as a salesperson or a business owner, if you're a business owner, you're a salesperson. Honestly, we're all constantly selling or influencing or persuading or, something to that effect in all our relationships. But in business, it's particularly important. You've got to very proactively build and manage relationships with customers, and you've got to create this know, like, and trust factor. And so you've got to be the one that basically creates that relationship. You, depending how you get your leads, they might click on a link. You might get them through marketing. You might have a lead source generation, but you've got to step up and initiate that relationship and say, hey, how's it going? How can I help you? You've got to build that sense of rapport. And you've got to build trust by being trustworthy. And really what you need to do is listen, serve, and recommend. So in terms of the sales process and developing that relationship, you have to be very strategic, and there's certain questions that you need to ask, and then you just need to listen, right? Like, if let's say someone comes, you help people lose weight. Someone comes and they want to lose weight. So what's going on in your life right now that has you wanting to lose weight? And just let them talk and listen. Why is it important to you? Why does that matter to you? You really want to, why is it an important question? Because you want to understand their motivation. You might want to ask them, well, what have you tried in the past and what's worked for you and what hasn't worked? So you want to just really understand their situation. You want to ask questions that help you understand what they want, why they want it, what their pain points are, what their frustration is, so that you can figure out if your product is a good option for them. Because if it's not a good option, tell them. I never want to sell something to someone if it's not a good fit, because then I'm going to have an unhappy customer and they're not going to be getting what they needed. So it's a lose-lose, right? And we want to create a win-win outcome. We want the customer to be happy and we want the business to be happy. And the only way that works is when the customer believes that they're getting more value than the cost they're spending, right? Like, so you want your customer to think, I'm buying something that's worth $150 and I'm only paying $50. I'm getting a great deal. And from the business side, you've got to be able to sell something for $50 that costs you $25 at the end of the day, right? So there's this value exchange where you're creating this very high perceived value, and so you're able to sell it at a discount to your customer, but still at a value that allows you to make a profit, right? So it's a win-win situation, but you only get there when you are of service, when you're there to help people. And the thing is, we all need, buying things is about solving a problem. The problem might be how to lose weight. It might be how to learn how to run a business, or it might be a problem like what movie to watch tonight. It could be anything, but there's a problem. And so as a sales professional, you want to get to know your customer. You want to build that relationship and that know, like, and trust factor. And then you want to understand their problem. And then you want to help them make a decision. Because the truth is, when people get to a decision point where they're stuck, they could be stuck in that point for 2 minutes or 2 years or more. And as a sales professional, you're helping them to navigate that decision. For whatever reason, they're stuck. They can't pick which car to buy. They can't pick which outfit to buy. They can't pick which house to buy. They can't pick which program. They don't, they want something, but they're stuck for some reason. And it's your job to help them understand what it is they really want. What's the outcome they really want? And help them to understand how your product or service addresses the specific issues they have. And you never want to, obviously never want to promise anything that you can't deliver on, because that would just be terrible for your business. So you want to make sure they understand what they're going to get, what it includes, what it doesn't include, but also help them understand the cost of not making a decision. How long have you been thinking about this? 6 months? Oh, wow. So you spent 6 months trying to figure out if you should move forward in your life or not. You've just been stuck. What's the cost of that? What if you had started 6 months ago? How much further would you be along right now? I want to help you get to that point where you're able to move forward and you're able to feel good about the decision and start making progress and getting the outcomes that you want. And so you're really just there to help people make well-informed decisions. And you can't fake it, right? You've got to care about them. You've got to understand your product. You've got to understand their issue. You've got to care about the person. You've got to take the time to get to know them, to understand them, to listen to them, and then make a recommendation. And if your recommendation is, hey, this product isn't right for you, then that's what you have to say. But if you really believe that your product or service will benefit them and will address the specific problem they have and help them move forward in their life, then it's almost your moral obligation to help them through that decision. Help them through that. Don't force them through it. Help them through it. And it's just about being of service. And if people aren't ready, they aren't ready. But you've got to do what you can and do your part, and be proactive and strategic in your communication and your conversation. So anyway, just something I was thinking about and wanted to share today. I do have a link here at the bottom if you are interested in learning about business and starting your own business. This is a really good training. It's a great way to get started. It's not where I started, but I started several years ago in business and have been through a lot of different programs. This is one of the best I've found in terms of just helping you understand the landscape of business, and particularly online business, and the options that are available, and figuring out if it is a good option for you and what the best one is. So check it out. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. And thank you so much for watching today. Take care.